we're always banging on about great makeovers on how to improve your home and your lifestyle.
Yeah, well, you're going to love this one because after watching, you're going to be able to build a deck, pave a courtyard and design a garden from scratch.
There's no need to go glamping when you live in a house like this. Here's an easy garden project that won't put a strain on the budget.
This is it. This is where it's all going to be happening.
Yeah, it's a tiny, daggy 70... Hey, guys. Hey, guys.
Oh, nice, Alex.
Coming down.
Yeah.
This is it, your humble abode.
Yeah, as you can see, there's a bit of room for improvement.
How long have you guys had this place?
We've bought it for a year and we purchased it off my grandmother. We were unsuccessful at a few auctions and then this turned up, so it was a great find.
It's a beautiful story. And have you had to think about plans on what you want to do around here?
Yeah, we did have some plans. We've obviously done the inside first and kind of neglected the outside.
I can see that, yeah.
But we just want to be able to use the outside at the moment.
Great. And so have you had a bit of a think of what you'd like to do out here?
We'd love an entertaining space. At the moment, you know, we can't really entertain on a slope, so our lunch is kind of tipping when people come over, which isn't ideal.
Is there any restrictions on the place?
Yeah, so we've got a strata manager that looks after this complex. We've had to kind of get his approval before going ahead with a few things. But we've sent him all the plans and he's given us the green light, so.
That's what we like to hear.
Yeah, definitely. So Bryce, tell me, what do you like on the tools, mate?
Not great. Look, I sit at a desk all day, so I'm keen to learn if you're willing to teach.
That's a done deal, mate. You teach me how to type, I'll teach you how to use the tools.
You type with just your thumbs though, don't you?
No, my head. You know, like those birdies. What do you reckon, guys? Enough fun? We'll get started?
Let's do it.
All right, let's get into it. We'll take the heavy ones.
When it comes to moving plants, you don't really want to be doing it in the heat of summer, but sometimes your hand's just forced. So I recommend you do it early in the morning and make sure you give your plants a really good drink the day before. That keeps them hydrated. Then the hard work begins where you've just got to go around and dig as much of a root ball out as you possibly can. You're going to sort of dig a trench around the outside of the plant and then try and get underneath, keeping as many roots as possible. Once it's finally out the ground, you need to pot it up as quickly as you can and make sure you keep it really well hydrated.
Looks like this one's ready.
Yeah, mate.
Ooh, you wait. Oh. Mamma mia, that's beautiful. Look at that for a ball. So what we have here, this one's called an azalea, and what you want to do with these is you want to make sure that you set them up in the right position of your yard. To find out where that is, we'll call Charlie in. Charlie!
What are you doing?
I pulled out an azalea. Is that an azalea?
Yeah,
Oh, I told you it was.
just wondering how you managed to do it.
These things aren't painted on, mate.
Well done. Josh, well done on digging that azalea out.
The clear out is done. It's looking better already.
Does look good, doesn't it?
What's your plans, mate?
Look, it's not the biggest space in the world, is it? I mean, it feels a lot bigger now we've cleared it out, but...
Yeah.
So I want to create some zones so they've got some destinations to go to. If you can build me a deck here, maybe an archway between the two.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I'll do some paving down there, some terracing in between. Just separate it, you know, for those special moments where I've missed you.
Oh, this is it. 7 months of separation, and this is what happens. We can do it now. That's all it takes to save any marriage. I do, Charlie. I do, and for that, I'll build you a deck.
I mean, absence does make the heart grow fonder.
Charlie just proposed to me before.
Oh, what did you say?
I said, yes. All right, Bryce, the way this works for the deck is we need to create our support. So you saw how hard it was to take that concrete step out. So we're utilising the rest of this concrete. The only reason we had to move that is we wanted to get our height down. So on this concrete, we're just using some post supports, and basically they're going to get dyno bolted down. So we've laid these out. We've got our dyno bolts here. We put a washer in. That way it covers the hole more. But what you want to do, you just want to pull the thread up. That way this doesn't spread when you knock it in the hole. You're going to set it inside the hole, use your hammer, hit it down, do it up with the ratchet. If you can do that, mate, that means I can keep drilling the holes. Sounds good?
Sounds easy to me.
Awesome. If I can do it, anyone can do it. That's what I always say. This edge, I'm going to plumb it up. Happy?
Yep.
No, you're not touching to the bottom. So you've got to make sure it's touching all the way. All right, Bryce. So for the perimeter ones, mate, we're going to be concreting these ones in. So I'll add the water, I'll put the concrete in and you mix it as I'm pouring. The trick here is you want to get some concrete under the post, otherwise the post is just supporting on dirt.
Okay.
So as I'm pouring, once you've mixed it up a bit, I'll just lift this post up to make sure we get some underneath.
Easy.
Beautiful. Nice. All right, that's it, Beck. I think we deserve a coffee or something. All right, let's go, Bryce.
Okay.
Now the stumps are in, we can start working on getting these bearers in. Beautiful. So the way a subfloor works, Bryce, is we've got our stumps, now we're adding our bearers, and the bearers connect to the stumps, and then we're going to sit our joists on top of that, and the joists are going to support the decking boards that then go on top.
Okay.
All right, so after these bearers, we can start on the joist, which means we're that bit closer to getting the boards on.
Excellent.
That is exciting. Oh, look out, sand's coming in.
Indeed, the frame is looking good.
Fantastic, isn't it?
It's nice.
Yeah, it's very exciting. And so this means we're getting ready to bring the pavers in.
Yep, I'll give you a
Once
slide
these
back.
decking boards go down,
Yes, well done. Yeah, keep going.
I reckon
What's
it's
next?
just... I don't know what comes next. I'm just excited to see how these decking boards look against these pavers.
Yeah, it's going to look good. When it comes to updating our fences, I'm just using paint. Now, I do really like a dark colour on a fence because it makes plants look good. But if I was to do that in this garden, combined with the red brick, it would just sap out too much light. And I can't change the red brick because of strata restrictions. So I'm using this colour. It's called Miller Mood. It's nice and light. It's going to reflect light around, which is going to make the space feel bigger. But it's also a nice backdrop for our plants.
Hello, how you doing? You tryna call me out? We used to be something, now you ain't my woman. The hell is you talking about? Something or other.
The framing's complete and we're on to the exciting part, laying the decking boards. And for that, we're going for this beautiful black butt timber. To start, I've just measured in the width of a board and I've chalked a line. And that's what I'm going to work to first. Using this smart bit, I'll pre-drill my holes and it countersinks it at the same time. Then I'll screw that off. Once this line's done, I'll then just repeat the process for the rest of the deck. When you're working with these beautiful wide boards, you want to remember every fourth board to re-chalk a line. That way, you know you're staying nice and straight and parallel. The other thing is, unfortunately, you can't get black butt in these long lengths. So you are going to have joints, but the trick is you need to make sure that you stagger them, never keep them in a straight line. You'll also notice that we're overhanging our decking boards. That way, at the end, we'll chalk a line and do a nice straight saw cut.
And it's like I shouted, Ollie, Ollie, Ollie.
To create a separate zone to the deck, I'm using a different surface down the bottom of the yard. And these are the pavers I'm going to be using. They're a relatively inexpensive concrete paver, which means they're going to be hard wearing, and the colour is perfect for our colour scheme. We've got our timber with our arch, we've got some trims and the fence colour, and you can see the combination just works really well. It's really tempting in a small area to try and get your hard stand as big as possible, but that actually makes it feel smaller and really uninviting. We've got two areas. We've got the flat deck and this flat bit of paving, but joining them up, we've got these two platforms that cross over. Now, the idea behind that is it slows you down as you walk through the space, which makes it feel bigger. We've also got some really ginormous garden beds here, which you'll be able to get loads of plants in.
What do you think, Bryce? Are you happy with the progress?
Yeah, it's looking great. It's really coming together now.
I'll take credit for that. If you said otherwise, you know, I would have said talk to Charlie. What are we doing now, Charlie? What's this all about? The arbour.
just abused me and then advice. Yeah, we're having an arbour that's going to come up and into the house.
Yeah, and so the purpose of this arbour, I'm a bit confused.
There's no reason.
So
Just because. No.
extra work?
Extra work, yeah. Look, we're going to bring the architecture out into the garden so it feels kind of more integrated.
Yep.
And it's going to give you a nice spot to sit beneath, and then you can get some climbers to get some plants over, so you're adding vertical height.
Yeah, cool, awesome. So we're not actually battening this arbour out, it'll just be these
straight
posts
up.
coming up, and then the plants will do the work for us.
Exactly right.
I like that. Let's do it.
Gotta sing as loud as you can sing it. Say the words the way you mean it. You're the one just who you are.
A good tip when you're working with the structure that is going up in the air is to paint everything first, and that's exactly what we've done. I'm just using some 90 by 90 treated pine, and to hold these posts in place, I've got some stirrups that are on the concrete, and then we're using the frame of this step to give it some extra strength. And on the house, we've just got a whaling plate. Once it's all up, to strengthen it and keep it all together, we'll be adding some brackets. Yeah?
You could not get any plumber.
Love it! Oh, Charlie, you're cooking me a barbie.
Well, I've got a first world problem for you,
What's
actually. How do you cover an air conditioning unit?
Ah, well, we've come up with the solution. I've just made a simple ladder frame, painted it black,
Yep.
cladded one side with this beautiful black butt decking. That's going to go on this side, and it's actually going to end up being a waterfall end because we're going to have a bench going across here, which will be held up by these galvanised brackets. But one thing you do have to know when it comes to these air conditioning outside units is you cannot cover it up. So we are keeping it open. The air's going to be blowing from here. If you cover it up, well,
Yeah.
it could blow up.
Yeah, so don't do that.
So definitely don't do that.
So we're going to have a servery effect, so when you come out with your meat and all the stuff you're going to barbecue, you can put it there, use the barbecue.
Yeah.
Good use of space.
And for such a small area, that's what it is, just utilising every bit of space you have.
Perfect.
Now, are you going to stay and cook me a barbie, or do you have anything else to do?
No, I'm going to go put some wires on a fence.
Yeah, sounds
And I'll
good.
come back for the barbecue.
We're calling this survey a cheats way of getting a polished concrete look. We've just used some FC sheet and we're finishing it off with this natural sealer. I think it's going to come up an absolute treat, and it's a lot easier to make.
Because I wanted to put a lounge down in this part of the garden, so we've got dining and lounge, I had to make this paving area quite large. The problem with that is it's given us these narrow garden beds, but I really want greenery and interest on them. And so I found this. This is a pack, it's $10. It consists of these stainless steel eyelets, which just go into holes, and then there's 5 meters of wire, which we run through, and we're going for a diamond pattern. One, because it looks nice, it's a totally different feel to the top garden, but it also shows off the fence color, so it's never gonna feel too overgrown.
Look at that, the perfect fit, Charlie.
I am liking it. What I really like is this detail you've put into the end.
So it's still nice and simple, all square cuts, but we're just staggering the end grains. Looks fantastic.
Yeah, it looks good. It's a great little spot to come and sit now. It makes it more than just a step.
Yeah, yeah.
And just an arch kind of gives it purpose to this arbour.
It does.
Because, you know, we're not really going to get married.
No,
Sorry to break up with you now, but, you know,
that's a bit brutal, isn't it? He just comes out and says that now, after I've made your seat for you, I've made your arbour, and now you just tell me you're not going to marry me anymore. God, that's the quickest marriage I've ever had. Looks like I'm coming back to you, darling. And to hold it in place, we're just going to be using 4 bugles, going to be tied straight into the uprights. All right, darling, do you want to screw it off, or am I going to do it? Well, now we're divorced, we've got nothing. Unbelievable.
Now, you might remember I said I wanted some really large garden beds around our steps. And the eagle-eye viewer will notice there was concrete there, and you can't plant in concrete, so we removed it, and I'm putting in some really good quality soil. We'll mix that through what was beneath the concrete, it'll give it a new lease of life, and the plants will thrive.
Voices take me deep inside the sunrise.
As you know, it's pretty hot.
Just a bit.
Just a little bit hot. So we need something that can cope with that. I'm using this star jasmine, so it's a nice evergreen climber. It's also got a white flower, fragrant flower, which is a nice nod back to the rose that was once here. And you're literally just going to tie it onto the wires, just wind it round and round. You can tie it on if you're using small plants, but they're long enough really to hold themselves on there. Then all you need to do is just keep it to that shape. You can trim it with shears or secateurs, and pretty good.
Sounds amazing.
Do you want to have a go at one?
Okay.
Just let it go. You're gonna get there anyway. So baby, oh, just let it go.
A good tip for small spaces is to go big with your planting. And I've done it along the deck with these great water guns. Now this is a variety called Luscious. It's a real designer plant. It's got lovely green leaves, it's got a white trunk and black stems. So it looks fantastic against our painted fence. I'm really happy with the planting that's going into our wide, deep garden beds. I've started it off with this Pittosporum. Now this is called Ivory Sheen. You may think by putting a hedge in, it segregates the garden up, but actually it slows you down, you take the planting in, it makes the space feel bigger. On the lower levels, one of my favorites, this is Raphiolepis Oriental Pearl. This has a natural sort of bun shape, so you're not going to have to clip it and it's going to form a lovely cloud. We've got Westringia, which is a native. We'll keep that tightly clipped. And then to soften all of this, some nice grasses.
Baby, it's not hard for me to see what I feel. So hard and easily. I know that you ain't good for me.
For the lower part of the garden, I'm adding a bit of colour using salvias. Now I really like salvias. I've gone for a combination of this dark blue and this one, which is a Sally Fun bicolour. The thing I like about these two is they only get to about 30 centimetres, maybe 45 centimetres, so they're never going to overtake the star jasmine like, say, a leucanthera or a black and blue would. We're planting them all the way around the outside, and then I'm dotting a few through our larger garden beds just to tie the two together. Most of these plants are really quite drought tolerant once they're established, but it's a good idea to apply a layer of mulch. Now I've just got Drought Master. It's got quite a bit of compost in it as well, which is going to help to feed them over time. About 75 millimetres, it's perfect depth.
Left, right,
I
centre?
don't know, you tell me.
Where are we looking?
Sick of complaining and all this complicated.
It's all about the styling, isn't it?
That it is. And this is looking complete.
It's looking good, isn't it?
Yeah, beautiful, mate. And I'm feeling so much more level.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter what we think, does it?
Well, yeah,
It's
that's
up to
very
Bryce and Alex. Should we get them?
true. Let's do it, mate.
Don't trip up.
Hey, come on out, guys.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow.
Backyard.
This looks amazing. What? Incredible.
You like
You've
it?
done so much
I
in
love
such
it.
a short time frame.
Oh, well, you helped out, mate.
Yeah, well, that's
helped
true.
out
The
too,
armour.
Alex. Yes, that's it.
It's amazing to think it's the same space, isn't it?
Yeah,
It just feels so much bigger out here.
Yeah, before it was a slab of concrete, and now actually it feels like I've got two backyards.
Yeah,
I still want someone to pinch me.
it's real.
Okay, that's good.
So you've got a really nice big dining area out here. You've got a spot to sit in the middle, and then you've got more entertaining down there. It feels like a really big garden, and lots of planting as well.
It's unreal.
And isn't it amazing that the concrete space is obviously less that used to be here, and the gardens are bigger, but it just feels so much more open.
No more entertaining on a slope. Like, amazing.
You can't blame the wine anymore for falling.
Like, I think because the house is quite small,
Yeah.
so having our family and friends out the back, it's just going to be amazing.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, enjoy, guys.
We absolutely will. Yeah, thank you again.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
What do you get when you combine the best of coastal living with cutting-edge modern design?
Well, you end up with this marvel, Joe.
This hell won't give me what I want. I'm scared.
It's the Basin beach house, which almost feels like an architectural tent pitched in the sand dunes.
I've never been camping quite like this. I mean, this is something so spectacular. There's so many great angles. Like, where to look first?
Look, this is an extraordinary story. One of Australia's leading architects, Peter Suchbury, was given the brief of a lifetime. Design the best home you can. That was the only instructions he was given. An extraordinary prospect.
Quite daunting, but to be honest, the results speak for themselves.
Found a place in a middle of town, just off of Highway 19.
Talk about a home that just exudes warmth with all of this timber.
It's like coastal coziness right from the outset.
Pete, this home almost has a cathedral-like feel about it.
Yeah, look, we're speaking in hushed tones, aren't we? Almost in reverence to this incredible space.
Yeah, but why wouldn't you? I mean, look at this ceiling and this roof line. I mean, it is extraordinary.
It is. It really is the star of the show in a sense. It's asymmetrical, gently twisting out towards the headland. And that's because it wants to pick up the sea breeze, almost dipping its lid like the brim of a hat out towards the horizon.
Pete, I'm just thinking about it and I'm just trying to fathom the amount of geometry and planning that has gone into making this perfect.
Yeah, to the extent, not only was the architect asked to jump higher, but all the trades, the steelwork particularly, they assembled the entire frame of the building in the workshop before it came to site, just to make sure it would go together.
So millimetre perfect.
You bet.
Same here with these ply panels. They were put on by 5 different men wearing white gloves because they had to be twisted and turned individually to be perfectly secured into place.
Yeah.
Someone with OCD tendencies, I'm a big fan.
But the result is this beautiful, gently curving roofline and ceiling, which echoes the horizon, echoes the waves and that incredible headland.
Gorgeous.
It's actually a modest-sized home, but there's a real sense of grandeur. And I think it comes down to feeling as though you're living in the belly of a whale almost.
Which is helped by the fact that you can actually see that ceiling line from one end of the home to the other. And that's achieved, Pete, also by not having the joinery that goes all the way to the ceiling.
Which really helps Joe with air circulation.
Look, it's a 3-bedroom home. The 2 bedrooms on the lower level have been designed so that you can still open them right up. So when you're here by yourself, you get little sneak peeks of the adventures that await outside.
Yeah, look, like all great design, it's not only the big arcing concept, it always comes down to the detail. I love a house without too many electronics, and here you almost rely on nautical ideas to trim the house, unlocking manually these little hatches to picking up the sea breeze. It's almost like sailing the house according to the conditions.
Adding to the relaxed, beachy vibe of this home is its actual palette that they've used, which is directly inspired by the landscape around. The brass fittings, the hoop pine ceiling, this incredible black buck timber. They've used recycled materials wherever they can. Even the CFC sheeting inside the bathrooms is a direct nod to the red that you see out on the headland. But the most impressive thing about this home, you would actually think on a hot day like this, it would be a little bit stifling up here. But because they have such efficient passive heating and cooling used in the home, the concrete slab, the angle of where the windows actually start and end, the E-glass, mean that apart from a ceiling fan just to circulate air, you don't have to add anything extra. The end result, this is a net zero carbon home.
Apart from the design drama, there's some real practical issues that had to be resolved here. None the least, this southern side apartment block. In response, they've used frosted glass to achieve privacy, but to still get light into the home. These are brilliant. The concrete buttresses that act as tent pegs anchoring down the copper roof. They've been chamfered on the top edge so rainwater can collect, it can be reharvested. That is a multi-purpose tent peg. On the northern side, these durable coastal natives complement the rugged and refined materials used in this beachside beauty. She really is a surfside stunner. I'm talking about the home, but I can't help be reminded by Polynesian design, where there's a real emphasis on a big, enveloping, sweeping roof and open communal living.
I reckon the greatest compliment that we can give this home is normally with a view like this. We'd start with a view, we'd just be raving non-stop about the view. But when you have a home like this that is a true triumph, it's easy to see why it's won the Robin Boyd Award, the highest award you can get for architecture in this country.
Yeah, this is modern Australian home design in complete harmony with its location.
Whenever I visit a garden, I love looking for those quirky or unique things that really catch your eye. You know, the handmade knickknacks or artworks that really bring personality to a garden. And if you ever notice that they're often recycled household things. So just by taking a second look at something, you can transform it into something beautiful. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So one of the best places to start is the kitchen.
'Cause I'm coming back for more.
of us have got a few unloved or unused items hanging around the house. So rather than let them collect dust, why not give them a new lease on life out in the garden? And I tell you what, I've got something perfect in mind for these. Now this is a great way to add a pop of colour to the garden. I'm going to create hanging baskets out of a good old colander. The best thing is, it's already got drainage holes. So I'm just going to start, I've got my hands on some painter's tape. I'm going to mask out the handles, just to leave the handles raw, to bring a little bit of contrast to our design.
Just keeps pushing me under.
Because I'm using this outside, I'm spraying it with a metal primer first, just to help the paint stick, but also to make it last longer outdoors.
Walking down grocery stores and we start yelling. Voices are raised, you don't hear what I say.
Now that our primer is dry, it's time to get a splash of colour on here. So I've gone a little bit retro with my colour scheme. So I've got some sort of bluey green, pink and yellow. And it's also a semi-gloss, which will give us a nice sort of vintage look.
Listen to
All right, so now we just need to remove this painter's tape so we have those nice, clean silver handles. Then it's just a matter of attaching some hanging basket chain to our handles and we're ready to plant. I think it just makes sense to plant up kitchen colanders with lots of edible things. So I've got a collection here of mint, which is always good to put in a container because it can get a little bit over enthusiastic. I've got some chilies, which have been fruiting all summer long and will continue all the way through autumn. And then we're including some strawberries here. Strawberries are great in hanging baskets because those runners just cascade down the sides. Another selvage from the kitchen, the good old muffin tin. So muffin tins are good because they give you just that little bit more planting space. So we're going to fill this with gorgeous succulents, paint it up, it's going to look really cute. But first up, drainage is really important, so let's get some holes in the bottom. Okay, so if you're using any old tins or whatever from the kitchen, you might want to just give them a bit of wash down first, just to get rid of any grease or grime. Then the process is the same. So we'll get a metal primer on there, a really nice sort of bluey grey colour. And we're ready to plant. I'm just using a specialist cacti and succulent mix, just for a little bit of added drainage. Now we can have a little bit of fun mixing and matching the different succulents to create a really nice patchwork effect. And a few dark coloured succulents like this Echeveria Black Prince, just to add a bit of contrast. I've made a lot of muffins in these trays. Now it's time for them to retire to the garden. So next time you're stocking up on some canned goods, keep an eye out for some of these quirky looking tins, or you can of course pick up vintage cans and plant them out. So what I've done is I've got some drainage holes in the bottom here, and before I plant the tins out, I'm just giving them a little bit of a spray with a clear finishing sealer, just to help to make them last a bit longer. And I'm planting them out with seasonal flowers. So at the moment, through the warmer months, I've got things like petunias, but through those cooler months, you could fill them with things like pansies or violas. What a great way to brighten up a space and upcycle some of your old kitchen items. So next time you take a look in your cupboards, maybe take a closer inspection. You might just find the inspiration for your next garden project.
This is Cooma Cottage, built in 1830 and once home to early Australian explorer Hamilton Hume. But for me, it's all about that building over there, the stables. Built at the same time because they house history as well. History on 4 legs, Clydesdales. Massive workhorses that made Australia what it is today. We didn't have tractors, we didn't have quad bikes, we didn't have diesel, we didn't have any of those things. We had straight out 4 strong legs and horsepower. Now, Chris here helps out in the stables. And believe it or not, he does it for nothing. Mate, you must have a lot of love for the property and, more importantly, the horses.
Oh, yeah. They're my passion, so that's why I do it. This is Noah.
Yeah.
And he goes to sleep when you put harness on him. He's such...
I'm looking at that now.
This is a what they call a tray sulky. You want to go for a spin?
I would love to go for a spin. Have I done it well?
Have a seat.
Well, at least I'm on.
Come on, walk around.
Now, the first question is,
Come
how
on.
old is Noah?
Well, Noah is 9 years old.
So what's he done in his life?
He's done lots. He's pulled ploughs. He's been in the Guinness World Record here in Yass years ago.
What was that all about?
Well, I ran a Guinness World Record here in 2016.
Did you? What was it?
For the most horses ploughing in one field, heavy horses. Yeah, we ended up with 67 in the record. We had over 100 horses here.
Wow. Now, some of the features of the horse, right, that I think are important. People say, what's all this feather? In other words, what's all the long hair down around the lower part of the horse's legs, right?
Yep.
And it's there, isn't it?
Yeah.
To sort of protect their feet, believe it or
Protects their
not.
feet from the wet.
And how do people react to the horse?
Oh, they love it. Absolutely.
Of course
love
they
it. Look, we do school tours here, and they come and they're just amazed. The first thing I ask them is, how did Hamilton Hume plough the ground, or how did he go to town to get his groceries? And they say, oh, in his truck, on his tractor. I say, well, no, this is how he did it. The horse virtually built this country.
I mean, wow, that is a
big boy.
horse.
He's a big boy.
How tall is he?
Hunter is 18.2, 18 and a half hands.
I go and stand alongside him so people can get an idea.
Yep.
And of course, we've got to take my hat off so you get an accurate measurement. He's got 2 inches on me. He's got more than 2 inches on me. What's he weigh?
728 kilos.
728. I tell you what, he's... And I wouldn't like his foot landing on my foot.
No
I can tell you. Look at the size of those
No,
feet.
they're dinner plates.
Huge.
Yeah. Look at that.
Wow. But tell me about this horse's history.
He's a rescue horse. He was actually surrendered to Heavy Horse Heaven, the local horse rescue.
Yeah.
It all sort of happened just after I lost my other big horse, Prince, to snakebite, and then Hunter came along, and yeah, he's a beautiful boy.
So, a horse breaks Chris's heart, and another horse mends it. How good is that?
Nothing better.
Aha!
This is it. This is the feed room.
I recognise this. She's a chaff cutter.
Yep, this is a chaff cutter, 130 years old. Would have been driven by horses with the horse works originally. You know, I cut my own chaff for the Clydes. You want a demo?
Absolutely, yeah, run
Let's
it.
fire her up.
That's some machine.
It is. Here we go.
Ready-made chaff. Yeah, lovely.
This is the harness room.
Wow.
Have a look in here, Harry.
There is not enough money in my bank account to even make a dent in this. Chris, I love the smell.
Yeah, the leather
It's
smell.
intoxicating, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
The leather. And does each horse have their own individual
do.
collar?
This is the leather collar. I use Amish collars. These are the hames on the side. Most of the saddles here are work saddles.
Uh-huh.
These are dray saddles with the chain over the top for the big, heavy dray. and the chain on it holds the shafts up.
The side saddle for a lady,
It's a side
isn't it?
saddle for a lady from the 1800s, yep.
The work
Very
of the
early
leather.
and in very good condition.
And these are shoes.
New shoes,
And that would weigh, I reckon, at least a kilo
a
and a
kilo and a bit.
Because people can come and see this, can't they?
Yep, sure.
This is a National Trust property here.
It is owned by the National Trust, yep.
I'm holding history in my hands.
Yes, that's right.
This is Australia. What a fascinating place. And before I go, Chris and Hunter have one last special treat for me.
Come over.
Going to come over. This is known as long reining, how farmers control a horse while pulling a plough. You know how it feels to be in charge of 700 kilos? Wow. Whoa. Hunter, back up. Good boy, back up. Hunter, back up.
And you do that when you want to back up to your plough or your implement. He'll do that for you, no problem.
This just feels magic, doesn't it?
Yes, oh yeah.
I mean, my only connection with this animal is 2 bits of leather in my voice. Whoa! Stand.
Good boy.
Thank you, my friend.
No worries at all.
Thank you.